before it is entering into the market, there is a simulated world which is being created for any product which is being released. Now, if you see, they'll show for a mobile phone, what they show, it is waterproof. Yes or no? So waterproof means obviously they will check it out, like, you know, in what way it is waterproof. It is spill proof, or it is completely, we can, you know, imagine it in a bucket or like that. They try to show all the version. They try to test all those versions. So that is how, again, I'm repeating the same statement for any product which has been released into the market. Yes, it has been simulated earlier. So such kind of technique, we try to call it as simulated environment. Okay, so this also can be applied in a manufacturing unit. Generally, operations research mostly it concentrates on operations or a manufacturing unit. So how this kind of simulation is applicable in a manufacturing sector, we will try to see with few examples. Okay, so this is very easy. Okay, girls, simulation is very easy. Please be prepared for exam. Whatever problems we are discussing right now, that beyond that, there will be not any criticality in exams also. So be prepared is my suggestion. So I'm just sharing you the question. There is no formula or anything. There is simple probability we try to use and try to sort it out. Yeah. Can you see this question? Can you see the question? Inventory problems, all these are there. Yes. So, girls, I want your response. I shared you screen. Can you see?
Ma'am, it's not showing.
It's not showing.
Ma'am, it is showing as you had shared the screen, ma'am, but your screen is not visible to us, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Better.
Now we can see.
Now you can see?
We can see.
Now we can see, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll stop uploading on YouTube. That is the reason it is slow. I'll first cancel that process, okay? Yeah, maybe now it will work out speed. So now if you see, the first question, I just ignored it because it is just basic one. I will start from the second question directly. Your friends are still joining, so that is the reason this pauses. So let us take second example. A bakery keeps stock of popular brand of cake. Previous experience shows that the daily demand. Okay, one more thing for this simulation, how we are going to create simulation is using the previous data, like using the previous performance of our company or some kind of similar product. Okay, now here they took bakery and a cake. Okay, maybe the same bakery earlier it released biscuits. So based on that kind of demand, previous demand or previous cakes which are sold, what will be the future prediction also we can do. So that is how this is one example for a manufacturing unit. So shows the daily demand pattern for the item which is associated with the respective probability as given below. So they gave us demand, the number, these are the number of cakes which are being sold, and use the following sequence of random numbers to simulate the demand for the next 10 days. I'll explain you what are those random numbers. Okay, now I'm just making a note of what is given to us first. Okay, I'll just stop sharing it. Yeah, so I'm just making note of, they gave us daily demand, their number of cakes. Okay, they're ranging from 0 to 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Then what did they give us? Probability. So obviously they give us probability, girls, first. If it is probability given to us, immediately you can recognize that it is nothing but simulation. Okay, now when this kind of demand is given, rest we will continue later. First we will go with the given information. What are we supposed to do? Our first step is calculate the cumulative probability. You all remember cumulatives? What are the cumulatives? If you remember in statistics, we studied for cumulative frequency. Yeah, so simple we need to keep adding it. Okay, first one is 0.01, it remains as it is. Second one, we are adding 0.01 plus 20 gives us 0.21. Next 0.21 plus 15, 0.21 plus 0.15 gives us 0.36. 0.36 plus 50 gives us 0.86. 0.86 plus 0.12 gives us 0.98. And this gives us 1. So the universal rule of probability, which all probability values are also equal to 1. So if you get this 1 only, the probability values you copied or given in the exam are correct, girls. If it is crossing 1, the question is only wrong. Then after this, we need to create a range. Okay, so how to create a range? As the first one, I can't explain because it is starting from 1. The below number we need to end up with. So I'm just taking it to be as 0, 0. Listen carefully, girls. For the second thing, what is the earlier number? That is 0.01 is earlier cumulative probability we need to take. And with our current cumulative probability, 2, 1 of before number, 2, 0. Okay, am I clear, girls? Now when I go to the next one, the earlier cumulative probability is 2, 1, 21, 2. The current cumulative probability is 36. The before number is 35. Again, 36 goes to the next range. Okay, so 36 to the earlier number of 86, which is 85. So then 86 to 97, so 98 to, obviously what I try to call this is to be as 1.00. It is nothing but 100, girls. We are just taking the 2-digit numbers, though they are in decimals. Here I am taking them as 2-digit numbers because we take the random numbers which are from 00 to 99. What are they? I'll just tell you in 2 seconds. They are the random numbers we take in a 2-digit form. So that is the reason we are taking it. So 98 to earlier number of 100 is 99. Understood? Girls,
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
understand? Girls, first, what did we calculate? We
Yes,
calculated cumulative probability. So from cumulative probability, as the first number is 0, 1, the earlier number is 0. So I just took 0, 0. And now come to the second value of ranges. So from earlier cumulative frequency, which is, sorry, cumulative probability, which is 0, 1, 2. The current cumulative probability value is 21. So we just took 20. So like that, earlier one, 21 to 35. Like that, we need to continue and complete our range. So random numbers are just like our normal distribution table. We all have. They're just random, as the name itself. There is no order or there is no particular sequence. We can, as I have. Behind every textbook there will be random numbers. In exam also, if they don't mostly they will be given in the question like what we saw in our example right now. But if they don't give us in example, so this is how the random numbers look like. They're just random numbers. You can take any order, vertically or horizontally. This is a sample of random number table. So this kind of table will be given to you. You can pick from any point, girls, as the random numbers. If they are, as per this particular question, they asked us next 10 days. So we will pick those next 10 days. Any 10 random numbers in an order. Okay, you need to take, that's it. So that is an example. So I'll just go back and share you the question. So with this, we complete one table. One part of the 50% of the question is done. So in order to continue, I'll just yeah. So now if you see, we just took the first table and we did it. Use the following sequence of random numbers to simulate the demand for the next 10 days. So random numbers for the next 10 days, they are asking us. So the random numbers are given to you. So this is how, girls, using the previous data, they're asking us to find out the current future performance of the data. So now I'll just so if you see, I'm just constructing a new table. They gave us days, which are from 1 to 10, 10 days, no? Okay, so they gave us the random numbers. We will just take the random numbers which are given to us. So 25, 39, 65. So this is how they look like, girls. They will not be in any order. 12, 5, 73, 89, 19, and 49. Okay. Now the demand, simulated demand. We need to find out what is the predicted demand using the simulated data given to us. So we are using simulated demand. So pay attention carefully, girls. So now how we will take, these are the demand for the cakes based on the probabilities which are given to us. Okay, so the daily demand, this is the daily demand. Generally, if it is 10 cakes, the probability of they being only 20%, only 15%, 50%, 12%, 2%, like that they gave us. So using that simulated data, we will find out. So take the random number, go for the range. 25 is between the range of 121 to 35. So that particular range demand is 20. So take that particular demand and write it near that random number. Girls, did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, I'm repeating.
Yes, ma'am.
Check the number 39. 39 is between the range 36 to 85. That respective demand is 30. Okay. Now 65. 65 is between the range 36 to 85. That respective demand is 30. Okay. Then 76. 36 to 85. That respective demand is 30. And 12 is between 1 and 20. The respective demand is 10. 5 also is between 1 and 20. The respective demand is 10. 73 is between 36 and 85. That respective demand is 30. 89 is between 86 and 97. So the demand is 40. 19 is between 1 and 20, which is the demand is 10. And 49 is between 36 and 85. The demand is 30. So when I total this particular thing, when I total this, what did we get the total to be as? 240. So the average daily demand of cakes in that bakery, as it is for 10 days, girls, simple, 240 divided by 10. So 24 cakes per day is the average demand. So this is how they are very simple. Simulation problems are very, very simple and quite easy. And you can get 12 marks directly for this particular thing. Again, I'll repeat, girls, they gave us daily demand and what is the probability for that respective daily demand is given to us. So now using this probability, we are calculating cumulative probability. From cumulative probability, we extracted the range of random numbers and they're asking for the next 10 days. So we just took number of days which are 10 and in the question, the random numbers are given to us. So directly we took those 10 random numbers. Using the random number and the random number range, we were able to predict what will be the demand, and that's the total. We took the total and the average demand we are able to say to that particular bakery. Generally, in a day, if they make 24 cakes, there won't be any loss for that particular bakery. That is what we are trying to say. Okay, based on the previous sales. Am I clear, girls? Any doubt in the current problem?
No, ma'am.
No,
Clear.
ma'am.
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Girls, for every problem you are saying there is no doubt. I don't know how you will all perform an exam. Okay, now let us continue with the next problem, third problem. Can you see the question now?
No, ma'am. It's loading.
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Maybe it takes
Yes.
time.
Yes, ma'am.
So see the third question now. Okay, now the third question is, a company manufactures around 200 mopeds. Depending upon the availability of raw materials and other conditions, the daily production has been varying from 196 mopeds to 204 mopeds, whose probability distribution is given below. So they gave us the range. Generally, a company manufactures 200 mopeds per day, but it is not exactly the same every day. It is ranging from 196 to 204. So they gave us production per day, and they gave what is the probability of that particular mopeds are produced in the previous days. Okay, the finished mopeds are transported in a specially designed 3-storied lorry that can accommodate only 200 mopeds. Using the following 15 random numbers, okay, simulate the mopeds waiting in the factory. What will be the average number of mopeds waiting in the factory? What will be the number of empty spaces in this lorry? Okay, so this is given to us. Girls, excuse me. I'll just come back, please. Okay. Now I'm just taking, girls, they gave us production per day. They're ranging from 196 to 196 to 204 are being given, and they gave the probabilities also, the same process. Find out the probability, first take the probability and calculate the cumulative probability. So now this is given to us. Now I'm just applying the cumulative probability. We'll calculate cumulative probability. So 0.05, 0.14, 0.26, 0.40, 0.60, 0.75, 0.86, 0.86 plus 8, no? 94, sorry, 0.94 and 1. So this is how we got the cumulative probabilities using this random number range. Okay. So now if you see, now the first one I can tell, girls, it's the random number starts from 0 to 0, and the previous number of this 5 is obviously 4. So 0, 0 to 0, 4, and 0, 5 to 13, 14 to 25, 26 to 39, 40 to 59, 60 to 74, and 75 to 85, 86 to 93, 94 to 99. Girls, clear? Any doubt in this random number range? Please let me know.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now what did they ask us? What will I do? I'll just keep this one. So I'll just erase this particular part, girls, because it is for next 15 days. Okay. So now, first, instead of going back to the question, first I will just take, they gave us 15 random numbers. So it is for 15 days is what we need to assume. Random number, whatever are given to us, we will just take 82, 89, 78. 24, 53, 61. 18, 45, 4. 23, 50, 77. So in simulation, remember two tables you are supposed to create. First one is obviously cumulative probability and random number range table. And second table is from random number finding out the simulated data. So I'm just keeping simulated mopeds. Okay, the third column heading, I'm just keeping simulated mopeds. So now first, this is the previous table random number range. So what we will do, first we will keep the data. We'll just create the simulated data, and then I'll go back to the question. So now simulated data, the random number is 82. Go back to the 82, wherever 75 to 82, the demand is, the number of mopeds manufactured is 202 in that particular day. The next one is 89, 203, 78, 202, 24, 198, 53, 200, 61, 201, 18, 198, 45, 200, 4, 196, 23, 198 mopeds, 50, 200 mopeds, 77, 202, okay, and 27, where is 27? Okay, 199, 54, okay, 54 if we see it is 200, and 10 it is 197. So using the previous table, first we were able to. Now I'll just share you the question to see what are we supposed to find out. First of all, it is not just average they didn't ask us, like in the bakery example. So they're asking us two important questions. Okay. So the first question, what they're asking, can you all see this particular question, girls? Is the material page open?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if you see,
Yes,
the finished mopeds are transported in a specially designed 3-storied lorry that can accommodate only 200 mopeds. Okay. So now see the A and B questions. What will be the average number of mopeds waiting in the factory? Now, what happened, girls? In certain days, there are 203, 202, like that. But in lorry, there is only space for 200 mopeds. That means there will be certain mopeds which will be remained in the factory only. So that is what they are asking. What will be the average number of mopeds waiting in the factory? And what will be the number of empty spaces? Certain days it was below 200, 196, 198, 197, like that. So based on that, what will be the number of empty spaces in the lorry? So based on this, we will create 2 more columns for this particular table. Waiting in factory will be 1. How many mopeds are waiting in factory will be 1, and empty space in lorry will be 1. Okay, these 2 columns I am just creating in order to find out the average number of mopeds waiting in the factory as well as average empty space in a lorry. So now if you see, simple girls, if it is greater than 200, they will be waiting in factory. It is below 200, okay, it goes to the empty space in the lorry. That's it, using that small logic. Because it is 202, obviously 200 mopeds will be going into the lorry and 2 mopeds will be remaining in the factory. Same thing for 203 also, 202 also. Now see 198. 198 means all mopeds are in the lorry and there is 2 moped space which is remaining in the lorry. So here it goes to, and this waiting factory will be empty. 200 means neither there is an empty space nor there is any moped waiting in the factory. 201. Okay. So now 198 means empty space in the lorry. 200 means no where there is moped, there is no space or no where moped is waiting. Okay. And 196 means 4 empty spaces in the lorry. 198, 2 empty spaces. 200 again neither lorry nor factory. And 202, 2 mopeds are waiting in the factory. 199, 1 empty space in the lorry. 200, no empty spaces. Okay, 197, 3 spaces in the lorry. So this is how we got waiting in the factory and waiting in the lorry. Now we will just add them. 2 plus 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we got 10. And this when we are adding 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus 4, 10, 12, 14. So now when I take the average, simple, 10 divided by 15, we got the average approximately to be as, we will get it to be as 1. Okay, so you can write the same thing for the next thing also, the average, 14 divided by 15, when we calculate, we will get approximately 1. So for A question, you can write it as approximately one space, approximately one moped is waiting in the factory when it is average for this particular question. Again, I'll share you the screen. For a question, the interpretation can be like this, girls. The average number of mopeds waiting in the factory are, there is only one moped which is waiting in the factory on an average, and even an empty space, there is only one empty space which will be remained in the lorry on an average per day. So that is how you need to conclude the answer. Is it clear to you? So this is how the problems will be very, very easy in simulation. So be practicing for exam. Okay. Now there is also one more question. I didn't share it in the material, but I just saw one morning. So I'll just solve that particular problem also. At 12 o'clock class, I'll solve it, girls. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Am I
ma'am.
clear with these two problems under simulation? Any doubt? We'll solve fifth problem in our next class. Join back at
Okay,
12
ma'am.
o'clock. Okay, girls, I'm ending the call. Vasundhara, did you take attendance?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll meet at 12. Okay, girls, let us start. We'll see fifth question under simulation. I'm just going with that. Fourth question, you just ignore it. It is not so important. You will not get such kind of questions for exam. Okay, and still girls are joining. See the fifth question. The management of ABC company is considering the question of marketing a new product. The fixed cost required in the project is, okay, the fixed cost required in the project is rupees 4,000. It's not rupees 4, it's 4,000. Okay, three factors are uncertain: selling price, variable cost, and sales volume. The product has life of only 1 year. The management has data on these three factors. So selling price, which is from 3, 4, 5, and probabilities are given, variable cost is given, and sales volume is given. So consider the following 30 random numbers. Using the sequence for the first 3 random numbers for the first trial, simulate the average profit on the basis of 10 trials. So they gave this, girls, but you see, they gave us selling price, they gave us variable cost, they also gave us fixed cost, okay, and they also gave sales volume. So this is what they are asking us, and selling price and variable cost are given, per unit value are given to us. So fixed cost is 4,000. I'm just giving you the formula first, and then we will apply the basic formula. They are asking us the average profit. They're asking average profit for 10 days. For next 10 trials is what? This is the question they are asking. So only this logics will be there in simulation, the basic logics. So profit, we all know what is profit formula: selling price minus cost price. So anyhow, cost price goes to fixed cost. So what will be the formula? We have selling price as well as variable cost. So simple: selling price minus variable cost into sales volume minus fixed cost gives you the profit. The formula which we are using for this particular problem is, as we have variable cost, all this cost always we need to subtract, but variable cost is per unit, and say selling price is also per unit. So what are we trying to do? So selling price minus variable cost into sales volume, we are converting into the total volume minus the fixed cost. Anyhow, we are doing the same thing: selling price minus fixed cost. So we will be using this particular formula. So I just took you can see I just took this I just took given information. They gave us selling price probability, variable cost, respective probability, sales volume and its respective probability. Then what is our next step? Cumulative probabilities we are supposed to do. So what is it? 0.2, 0.7. Girls, those three are independent. So we will not consider all the cumulative probabilities to be one. Individually, selling price will be one. And then if you see, this is how those three are independent variables, 0.9 and 1. And the cumulative probability for sales volume, 0.3, 0.6 and 1. Now same thing, range of random numbers, 00201, 02206, 072. Sorry girls, I just took wrong numbers. These are 20, it's 2070, no? Zero zero two one nine 20. Okay, 20269. So 70299. So this is how we will be taking 00229, 30289, 90299. Okay, and 00229, 30259 and 60299. So this is how the range of random numbers we are just finding out using the probabilities which are independently given for sales volume, selling price and variable cost. Okay, so now what they're asking us, first girls, I'll just pick, they gave us three things. Okay, I'll try to fit it here. You can see there is a statement using the sequence, first three random numbers for the first try. So this is how they gave us. I'll just do one thing. 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3. And this is 2,000, 3,000, and 5,000. Okay. Ten tries, I'm directly taking them here, girls. 1, 2, 3. Now first we will take random number and selling price, random number, variable cost. Okay, this I'm erasing anyhow. I'll try to bring it out whenever it is required. Okay, variable cost and random number, sales volume. So profit, we will calculate here only. So this is what we are supposed to do, and we will find out the average profit. So now the random numbers are given to us. I'm just taking, they asked us to take like this 81. First three random numbers for first trial is what they mentioned clearly as the hint in the question. When I'm just copying, I'll share you the question. So any doubts are there, it will be clarified. You can see in the bracket, it is written first three random numbers for the first try. So that is what I'm trying to use. So 81, 32 and 60 for the first try. 446, 31. 67, 25, 25. 1042. 39, 68. 39, 66, 90. Twelve 64, 79, 31, 86, 68, 82, 89. So now if you see girls, I'll just write the random number range also. Okay. First I wrote the random number range for selling price. Clear girls? So now if you see simple, go with that particular random number, check the range and write the respective selling price. Okay. So first one it is 81. So selling price is 5. Second it is 4. So the selling price is 3. 67, 4. And 10, the selling price is 3. 39, the selling price is 4. 59, the selling price is 4. 12, the selling price is 3. 31, 4. 82, the selling price is 5. 11, the selling price is 3. So this is how, using the selling price range, we came out with. Same thing, I'll also show you the range of variable cost, what we did in our earlier table. So it is 00 to 29, 30 to 89, 90 to 99. The variable costs are 1, 2, and 3. So now if you see, again go with the random number. 32, the variable cost is 2. 46, the variable cost is 2. 25, the variable cost is 1. 40, the variable cost is 2. 68, the variable cost is 2. 66, the variable cost is 2. 64, 2. 86, 2. 89, 2. 98, 3. So this is how we got the variable cost. Now same thing I'll also show you for sales volume, the range and the respective sales volume. So the range for sales volume 00 to 29, 30 to 59, and 60 to 99. So the sales volume are 2000, 3000, and 5000. Okay, so 2060, check the random number. So it is 60, so 3000, and okay,
60 is 5,000.
Sorry, yeah. 60, 5000, 31, 3000, 24, 3000. Sorry, 24, it is 2000. 2, also 2000. 8, 2000. 90, 5000. 79, 5000. 68, 5000. 25, 2000. 16, 2000. So this is how we got, instead of directly going to probability, first I'll just apply the formula here. So that is what I was thinking earlier. So if you see the formula, girls, I'm just taking one formula, selling price minus variable cost into sales volume. This is the column which I'm adding up, selling price minus variable cost into sales volume. So now if you see 5 minus 2, 3, 3 5s are 15, so 15,000. Okay, so 3 minus 2, 1, 1 into 3000, 3000. This formula I'm applying, girls, remember, understand. Okay, 4 minus 1, 3, 3 into 2, sorry, 3 into 2, 6000. 3, 2, 2000. 3 minus 2, 1, 1 into 2000. 4 minus 2, 2, 2 into 2000, 4000. Okay, and 4 minus 2, it is 2 into 5, 10,000. 3 minus 2, 1 into 5, 5,000. 4 minus 2, 2 into 5, 10,000. And 5 into 2, 10 into, 5 minus 2, 3 into 2, 6,000. 3 minus 3, 0. So this is 0. Where to fit profit? Girls, now I'm just erasing this particular part. Okay. To show you all the profit. So profit, they gave us for profit. They gave us fixed cost is given to us in the question as rupees 4,000 girls. So I'm just taking that fixed cost. So the profit for formula is whatever selling price minus variable cost into sales volume minus fixed cost. So simple, we are just doing that particular trial. 15,000 minus 4,000, which is 11,000. Girls, try to understand the formula. This formula I am using for this particular profit column. So 3,000 minus 4,000, obviously it is minus 1,000, which is a loss. 6 minus 4, 2,000. 2 minus 4, which is minus 2,000. 4 minus 4, 0. 10,000 minus 4,000, which is 6,000. 5 minus 4, 1,000. 10 minus 4, 6,000. 6 minus 4, 2,000. 0 minus 4, minus 4,000. So they are asking us the average profit. So when I'm adding and subtracting all this, we got it to be as 21,000. So 21,000 for 10 trials. Average profit is equal to 21,000 divided by 10. As it is for 10 trials we are taking, girls, so which we got it to be as rupees 2,100 as the average profit per trial based on the product which is being manufactured. So this is what is an example where in our earlier first case it was bakery, which was very direct. Second case it was moped, where they gave a condition of 200 mopeds. And now in third case, they are asking, they gave us the cost and selling price and some volume. Using those three elements, they are asking us to find out the profit. So the formula will be basic. You need to highlight what is the ultimate last question, what is being asked. Based on that, if you are able to derive, then your process will be very, very easy. Any doubt in the given problem, girls, please let me know.
No, ma'am.
Vasundhara, take attendance. Girls, so with this we complete 5th unit. 4 units are done from OR. Now second unit I am going to start on Saturday. I already shared you the notes in the morning. So now if I can continue, but it takes long time and I want to start it fresh again. The video must also be not merged. Okay. So better we will start it on Saturday. Hardly we will take 2 more weeks time to complete that particular unit and we'll conclude it. Okay. So Vasundhara, did you take attendance?
Yes, ma'am. Completed, ma'am.